HP OmniDesk M02 i7-14700 Desktop Review. AI power meets real business performance. You're 3 hours into a workday. Your desktop is gasping under the weight of Excel, Teams, browser tabs, and that CRM dashboard you promised you'd check. Everything slows to a crawl. You close apps just to keep working. You've learned to live with the lag, the wait, the constant compromise. But there's a quiet cost nobody talks about. You're not slow. Your computer is. Sound familiar? Type yes if you've felt this exact frustration this week. Every frozen screen steals minutes. Every forced restart kills momentum. Every time you close a program just to open another, you're working around a problem instead of solving it. I watched a colleague wait 4 minutes for a financial model to recalculate while the client sat on Zoom, waiting. 4 minutes of dead air. That's not just frustrating, it's professionally embarrassing. The tools exist, you just haven't met them yet. What if your desktop actually kept up with your brain? This is where the HP OmniDesk M02 Business Tower Desktop with the Intel Core i7-14700, 64 GB of DDR5 RAM, and 4 TB SSD changes everything. Don't just buy any business desktop. Make sure it has at least 64 GB of DDR5 RAM so you never suffer from memory bottlenecks and application crashes again. This isn't incremental improvement, it's a fundamental shift. The i7-14700 has 20 cores and 28 threads. That means you can run data analytics, virtual machines, AI tools like Microsoft Copilot, and your entire workflow simultaneously without compromise. The 64 GB of DDR5 RAM keeps everything in memory. No more swapping to disk, no more slowdowns when you open one too many tabs. The 4 TB SSD stores your entire project archive locally with instant access. Windows 11 Pro handles enterprise security, BitLocker encryption, and remote desktop without third-party tools. A data analyst told me she used to batch process data sets overnight. Now she runs them in real time during client calls and adjusts on the fly. A creative director kept 47 Photoshop layers, a Premiere timeline, and a Zoom call open simultaneously. Zero lag. It just works. And yes, it comes with a wired keyboard, mouse, and a bonus 64 GB a data USB drive, so you're ready from day one. The tower design means you can upgrade components later if needed, but honestly, you won't need to for years. Immediate result. Your desktop boots in under 10 seconds and applications launch instantly. Weekly win. You stop closing programs to free up memory and start working the way you actually think. Long-term freedom. This machine stays fast for 5 to 7 years, eliminating the upgrade treadmill. One IT manager said, "We deployed 25 OmniDesk M02 units across our analytics team, and support tickets dropped by 60% because the hardware finally matched the workload." A professional reviewer noted the i7-14700 with 64 GB DDR5 handled simultaneous Excel recalculations, Power BI dashboards, Teams calls, and virtual machines without any perceptible slowdown. According to independent benchmarks, systems with 64 GB of DDR5 outperformed 32 GB configurations by up to 40% in memory-intensive tasks. One verified customer wrote, "I process million-row Excel datasets that used to take 30 seconds per calculation. Now they complete in under 5 seconds. I've been using this desktop for 3 weeks. I run Docker containers, Visual Studio, SQL databases, and 80+ browser tabs daily. RAM usage sits at 42 GB comfortably, zero slowdowns. On my old 32 GB system, I'd hit memory limits by noon and start closing apps. Not anymore." Which benefit matters most to you? Comment 1 for speed, 2 for multitasking power, 3 for future-proofing. The #1 objection: business desktops are overpriced for what you get. The OmniDesk M02's 64GB DDR5 and 4TB SSD configuration costs less than buying a base model and upgrading it yourself. Plus, you get HP's enterprise support, warranty, and pre-configured Windows 11 Pro security features that save IT departments dozens of hours. You already know what it feels like to wait for your computer instead of the other way around. The HP OmniDesk M02 with Intel Core i7-14700, 64GB DDR5 RAM, 4TB SSD, and Windows 11 Pro gives you the computational headroom to work without limits. Availability fluctuates. This configuration sells out regularly because businesses are upgrading entire departments at once. Join the teams who stopped compromising and started performing. Link in the description. First one pinned to the top. Your workday shouldn't feel like a battle with your tools. It's time to work at the speed of thought.
For demo videos and current pricing, check the link in the description.